Hello and welcome inside the CitrusTV studios for another week of Beat the Bookie. I'm Griffin Marcy, your resident gambling degenerate for the day, and here to hopefully make you some money. Before we dive too deep into this week's picks, we got to talk about last year and what an absolute disaster the Hifsky administration was. Losses after losses, just burning money left and right. Kind of seems like a sign of poor leadership at the helm to me, but we got some new guys behind the camera and they seem like they're ready to right this ship. It's our first show of the spring semester, so let's take a look at the standings from the fall. Oh my goodness, just so ugly. So many people running around like chickens with their heads cut off, which is, not the best strategy with the Ventola app open, but here we are. However, we have to talk about my guy Jish in the green, the only one. Now, to be clear, that's Josh with an I and Fish with a J. He hit a big plus 220 value with a Houston win over a hobbled Arizona State, but no matter the process, he was the only guy in the green. I mean, that is pathetic. Kieran Costa losing money, Max Gifford, Josh Richardson, Luke Burgess, Jake Klein should all be ashamed of themselves and never step foot in this studio ever again. I mean, what are we doing, guys? All right. Either way, enough is enough. It's a new dawn, a new day, in a new era, and it's time to beat the bookie.
Hey, Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money!
Let's rip off the Band-Aid with our games of the week. It's conference championship weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and that means Jarrett Stidham is playing? Well, after Broncos starting quarterback Bo Nix suffered a devastating ankle injury at the very end of last week's divisional game against Buffalo, it's time for Stid the Kid to step up. And while I do think he is in the top half of the league's backup quarterbacks and he has a great system around him, at the end of the day, he was the backup for a reason and has never won a starting job. I think the home field advantage will be great. Sean Payton in his ear will help, but it won't be enough. This line started the week at 6.5 and has fallen all the way down to 4.5, which is just enough for me to take the Pats. I can't bet against this Patriots team right now. Powered off the back of baked goods from Ann Michael May, I'll put $10 on the Pats, will cover, and move on back to where they unfortunately seem to belong in the Super Bowl. Heading over to the NFC, it's a different story. Two divisional rivals going head-to-head. The Seahawks getting 2.5 points against the Rams. These two teams met twice in the regular season, and they were decided by a combined 3 points. Both times the home team came away. Seattle should have a major advantage with the 12th man in the crowd, but you know what? With Matthew Stafford on the other side, you could put 1 million people in that stadium booing and getting loud, and I'm not picking against number 9, the real MVP. This game will go down to the dramatics, and there's nobody I'd rather have my fate or my $10 rest on than my childhood quarterback, Matthew Stafford. That's what I got for the games of the week, but let's see what Junior and the producers in the C-suite have to say. Let's see what they have. Oh, it looks like we're pretty even, both taking New England. You got some Patriots fans in the studio there. First start of the semester for the C-suite versus the talent, so let's get to our best bets of the week. It's time for my best bets, and it's definitely my favorite part of the week. Just ask my guys from back home. They'll tell you a thing or two about best bet. My first lock will start with an anytime touchdown, courtesy of Rams tight end Colby Parkinson. Play action will be a big theme in this game, but Matthew Stafford leads the league with 74 attempts on designed rollouts, and that is the perfect spot to get the tight ends involved in the pass game. The scouting report will have Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua written all over it in big, bold letters, but if you check that fine print, it's going to say Colby Parkinson is a weapon in the red zone. Some great value at plus 320 with a $5 bet. And earlier I told you about Jarrett Stidham starting for the Broncos. To me, whenever I hear about a backup quarterback getting some action, I think about simplifying the offense, and that means more volume for the tight ends and tailbacks. With that being said, give me another $5 on Evan Ingram over 2.5 receptions. And back to the NFC Championship, where I'm going to rely on my childhood fandom of the WWE. I pose a question to you all. Will Sam Darnold throw an interception? Yes, yes, yes. There's a reason this isn't a plus money bet. That's because the books know they would lose all of their money. This year's been a little bit different, but Darnold's shown to have his disastrous moments. Whether it was his collapse in Minnesota at the end of last year or his first career pass being a pick six, don't be surprised if you see another one on Sunday. Let's throw another $5 down on that. and Darnold will be throwing it all over the place in this one, but I promise you, water will find its level, and he will find his top target plenty throughout the day. Jackson Smith-Njigba should win Offensive Player of the Year. He's been absolutely awesome, and Clint Kubiak knows how to scheme him open. I'm taking JSN to haul in over 6.5 receptions. He's hit this mark in 12 games this year, and it's the biggest game of the season. You have to go to your best weapons on offense. He's had 17 catches against the Rams this season. He'll add some more to that tally. And it's no secret, the Kenneth Walker saga has been an interesting one, to say the least, in Seattle. He's one of the most talented pure runners in the National Football League, but with a crowded backfield, it's somehow never fully clicked for an extended period of time until now, with Zach Charbonnet out for the season. And with a full workload, Walker has thrived. The $115 on the ground last week and 3 tutties, but that performance led to his line this week being completely inflated up to 85.5 rushing yards. That's a number he's only cleared 5 times so far this season. The Seahawks love to run the ball, but I just don't think this game will allow for a game script with a heavy dose of K9. Well, that's up for the best bets. Now it's time for my lock of the week, and it's back in the AFC with the Broncos. My faith in this game to be close is about 50-50, with the Patriots pulling away at the end, but I have an unwavering faith that Jarrett Stidham is going to need some time to kick things into gear on Sunday, and you can't blame him. But that's why I'm putting $15 on the Broncos' first drive of the game to end in a punt. Okay, you know how I feel about this week, so let's take a look through the crystal ball to the future. I'm going to go ahead right now and stake my claim and put $10 on the Los Angeles Rams to beat the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60. The odds of that sit at plus 400 right now, and it should be way lower. Pats are going to cruise to a win this weekend. The Rams will scrape one out, and it'll come down to the head-to-head matchup of the MVP candidates. Not only is Matthew Stafford going to win the MVP, he's going to walk away with a Super Bowl MVP as well in ring number 2. So let's take a look at what everyone else has in their crystal ball so far this year, and outstanding from last year. Adam Avon has the Panthers to go to the Eastern Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup. That is a completely homer pick from the guy from Florida. Adam got with the interesting Louisville bet. I like the value on that, and Wemby is not quite ready yet to go all the way to the finals. And NC State to win the Natty, yeah, right. Get out of here with that. We can't go ahead and get out of here quite yet, though, because we have to get to my crown jewel, my parlay of the week. All right, we're going to go with just a simple 3-leg parlay this week. Over 300 odds, and the first leg is going to be very simple. Patriots money line. They're on the road, but they're a heavy favorite for a reason. This would have been a very good game if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, but unfortunately, that is the reality of the situation, so you're going to have an easy edge for the Pats to win that one. And leg number 2 is going to be Bo Nix's backup. I just need him to throw 1 passing touchdown. They could lose 40-7 for all I care, but as long as he gets his 1 touchdown, maybe even throw it to Evan Ingram, that would be great for me. And for my final leg, you're going to see a lot of points out west in the NFC Championship. We can go over 46.5. I think these teams have put up some barn burners earlier in the year, just a couple weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. 38-37 in that game. They cleared that number easily, and they'll do it again here. At a plus 318 in this one, $15 to win almost $50. It's easy money. But enough of the parlay, and now it's time to look and recap all my picks of the week. I got $10 on the Patriots to lead the away team, starting off the catalyst for this one. Drake May and the bunch are just going to be too much, and I'm going to go over with another away team and the underdog, the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to cover and probably win outright versus the Seahawks, and one of the reasons they win outright is a Colby Parkinson touchdown. Back to the AFC, Evan Ingram, I really think he'll have a nice day today as the safety valve for Jarrett Stidham in the offense. I think he'll go over his line in receptions, and don't even worry, Sam Darnold is absolutely throwing an interception in this game. But you know what else he's going to do? He's going to throw it to Jackson Smith-Njigba 7 times in this game, and he's going to haul in some passes and be the only reason that offense is moving throughout the day, because Kenneth Walker, he's going to have nothing on the ground. That Los Angeles D line is going to have a big day in that one and shut that down and make that Seattle offense go mainly through the air. And the Broncos' first drive, that's going to be a punt. Don't even worry about it. 3 and out. Just get them off your TV already. And just in about 2 weeks, the Rams will beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford going to bring his 2nd ring back home to the family. And my parlay of the week, Patriots easy win. Jarrett Stidham gets 1 passing touchdown, just 1. That's all we need. And the Rams and the Seahawks to have some points in that one. All right, that'll be all from me this week on Beat the Bookie. We thank you so much from inside our Citrus TV studios. I'm Griffin Marcy. Have a great night.